Hello and welcome to Carroll Hutchins Stadium here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It is a beautiful day here on a Monday afternoon. I'm Ethan Sommers, joined by Bianco. It's a beautiful day, and we're here for the third and final game of a three-game series between Rutgers and Michigan here. What have you seen so far, Max, from the series, and to close out a series sweep potentially for Michigan? What are we looking at today on this Monday afternoon matchup?
Yeah, so Lauren Durkowski pitched on Saturday, pitched a great game, went 6 innings and 2/3, only gave up 3 hits and 1 unearned run. And she's pitching again today, and starting from the rubber, she's definitely going to put up a great performance, and looking for another great, shut-down defensive performance as well from the Wolverines against the Scarlet Knights.
It should be a fun one here as we are live here on WCBN Sports Radio, and the Big Ten Network is here to cover this game as well. We have a lot of fans in the crowd here today as it is a beautiful day. Just a little bit of wind coming in here.
Yeah, blowing out towards about right center. Should see some balls fly a little further today.
But it is one of the nicer days we have seen this season.
We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem.
And we welcome you back after that. And today for head coach Bonnie Thole, a chance for her 70th win as the head coach here in Ann Arbor. Rutgers struggling so far. They are currently on an 11-game losing streak in conference, looking to snap that here and avoid another series sweep from Michigan. Michigan standing 5th in the Big Ten currently, 42nd ranked nationally at a 30-12 overall record, 8-4 in conference following 3-1 win on Saturday that we talked about, and the 11-3 win yesterday. The highlight of yesterday was Janisa Conway, sophomore outfielder. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 2 for 3 and a walk. Just yesterday, she reaches 15 home runs on the year, which leads the team. It was her 3rd multi-homer performance in the last 5 games, an absolutely outstanding performance from Conway.
Yeah, she's on a great hot streak right now. She's actually tied 6th in the Big Ten for home runs, and she leads the team in RBIs as well. So looking to see her keep her bat hot, keep a good streak going, and continue what's been a great start to the series for her.
And in the starting lineup, out in the field for the Wolverines, pitching for the Wolverines is Lauren Durkowski once again. On first base, Maddie Ramey. Second base, Indiana Langford. At shortstop, Ella McVeigh. Third base, Maddie Erickson. Out in left, Ellie Sealer. Center field, Janisa Conway. Right field, Ella Stevenson. The designated players, Lauren Putz. And behind the dish is Lily Valmont. For Rutgers, our lineup, leading off, Jillian Anderson, Riley Huang, Bailey Briggs, Bailey Burtis, Georgia Engel, L.A. Matthews, Addie Osborne, Galen Kelly, and Sierra Hoekstra rounding that out. And pitching when we come around to the bottom half of the inning will be Ella Harrison for the Scarlet Knights, as we are just getting ready here for first pitch here at Alumni Field at Carroll Hutchins Stadium.
Yeah, if Rutgers is going to end up breaking their 11-game losing streak today, they're going to definitely have to do it by stringing together a lot of hits, keep their bats hot. They haven't looked too sharp recently this series. They've been going up against some great pitching with Lauren Durkowski and Aaron Hain. But if they want to pull off a win today, pretty big upset win, they're going to have to get something going on offense and really flip the script of what's been a amazing series so far for the Wolverines.
Rutgers put up a better fight on Saturday than they did on Sunday. Michigan, the bats were hot, 11 runs batted in on great showing from them. And Ella Harrison, who pitched on Saturday, pitched 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks, and gave up 7 hits. She had a strong showing and kept the Scarlet Knights competitive in that one. She'll try to do the same today, the freshman right-hander.
Yeah, she left 7 runners stranded when she was pitching on Saturday. So if she can repeat that same performance today, she's going to give the Scarlet Knights a much better chance at a win.
Once again, just a couple minutes out from the first pitch here. And that wind is blowing out of the stadium. Potential to see some fly balls carry, as the Michigan bats that have been scorching, I'm sure, will appreciate that.
Yeah, certainly. We could see another multi-homer performance from potentially anyone on the roster, and see if any of these lefty hitters in the lineup, there's 4 of them for the Wolverines, get a little pulled ball, let the wind carry it right where it's going, out over the right field wall.
As Michigan takes the field, Lauren Durkowski starts warming up at the circle, and Jillian Anderson gets ready to lead off here for the Scarlet Knights. Michigan in their maize uniforms, blue pants, Rutgers in all black. As
Yeah.
Durkowski has just been excellent. 6.2 innings pitched, 7 Ks, 0 earned runs on Saturday, as we mentioned. One of softball's top 100 players, the captain of this Wolverine squad. She has 4 complete game shutouts. First in the Big Ten. She looks to potentially add another one to that tally today.
She's going up against a pretty strong leadoff batter in Jillian Anderson, the center fielder for the Scarlet Knights, batting .382 on the season. She's a senior. She's played every game this season, all 43, and gets on base quite a lot, over 50% of the time. So we'll see how she faces off against Dirk today. Also coming off a 1 for 3 with 1 strikeout performance yesterday on Sunday.
Anderson steps in the box, and the first pitch is in for a strike from Durkowski.
Yeah, way to get ahead in the count. Good first pitch fastball on the outside right there.
Here comes the 0-1 to the left-hander. That one taken for another strike, and it's 0-2. Dirk throwing some heat early, and the bat hasn't left Anderson's shoulders yet. 2 strikes, no balls. First at-bat of the day here. So here comes the 0-2 from Dirk. That one just high and outside for a ball.
Yeah, good spot there. Not a bad miss. Try and catch a defensive batter, Anderson, swinging.
Here comes the 1-2 from Dirk. That one swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout to start the day for Lauren Durkowski. Jillian Anderson goes down swinging, and that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, quick 4-pitch at bat with the righty on lefty matchup there. This time we're going to get a righty on righty with Riley Wang stepping up into the box.
Here comes the first pitch. That one looked at in for a strike, and Dirk is all over the zone to start off. It's 0-1.
Yeah, really starting hot, attacking the zone, firing heat early. Haven't seen a breaking ball yet.
The 0-1. That one fouled off. Chuck swing there. Just got a piece of the ball, and it's 0-2. Dirk doing a good job getting ahead in the count early. It's 0-2, no one on, one out here in the top of the first. Here comes the 0-2 to Huang, the right-hander. She looks at it, and that one just off the plate for a ball.
Yeah, good eye there. It was a little bit up too. Keeping true to the zone, making sure she gets a pitch that she wants to fight with.
Riley Huang hit a home run this series, which was her first of the year. 3 for 4, 2 RBIs and a home run in this series. She was a pinch hitter on Saturday and started on Sunday. She doesn't typically get starts throughout the year, but in the last 2 she has, and has been producing for the Scarlet Knights. The count's 1-2. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on, driven to right field, up in the air, and it's caught for a quick out number 2. Ella Stevenson gets under that one.
Yeah, great read, good jump by Stevenson, working towards her left, towards the right field line, and catches it just before it gets out into foul territory. Puts away the second batter.
And up comes Bailey Briggs, the sophomore right-hander. She looks at ball 1. There's no one on, there's 2 outs. Bailey Briggs, she's 2 for 5 with an RBI and a walk this series. One of the few bats for the Scarlet Knights that have been producing in this series.
Yeah, she's 3rd on her team in RBIs, so when she does get runners on base in front of her, she can do a good job at knocking them in.
She fouls off the second pitch to the AB, and it's 1-1. 2 outs, no one on. Durkowski looking to get out of this inning, 1-2-3. Here comes the 1-1. That one swung on and fouled behind her. And it's 1-2. Durkowski's 1 strike away from a quick first inning.
Yeah, she's really been quick in between pitches with her delivery, getting set, and getting ahead early in these counts as well.
The 1-2. That one looked at just outside. And that's ball number 2. Counts evened up. 2-2.
Defense playing pretty straight up against the right-handed batter here as well.
Here comes the 2-2. That one's foul tipped behind into the netting once again. Bailey Briggs doing a nice job staying alive in this at-bat.
Yeah, keeping the swing short and just putting bat on ball, staying alive, fighting right here. She's set up towards the very back end of the batter's box, making sure she can see the pitch as long as possible.
The 2-2 swung on and missed. The off-speed from Durkowski gets Briggs swinging. 2 strikeouts in that inning, and it's 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the first, no score.
Yeah, Dirk most of that inning was firing in fastballs. Finally takes the breaking ball out of the arsenal, puts it right just on the inside half, gets Briggs to swing over it. Great start for her, getting through her first inning. And the first three up to bat for the Michigan Wolverines are going to be Indy Langford, Janisa Conway, and Lauren Putz. And looks like we're going to have two lefty batters as well in these first three batters for the Wolverines, up against the right-handed Ella Harrison.
Langford 2 for 6 this series, but has 2 walks. She is fast. When she gets on base, she likes to steal. She led the team last year in stolen bases and looks to do it again this season.
Yes, definitely 13 on the season. And she actually had a great day yesterday. Went 2 for 2 with 2 walks as well. Very high batting average with batting .390.
Of course, on deck, Janisa Conway, who was the superstar yesterday, hitting 2 out of the park. Langford steps into the box. And on third and first for Rutgers, which is Addie Osborne and L.A. Matthews playing down the line and in, preparing for a bunt or a slap hit here from Langford. She looks to bunt, and that one she pulls back, called for a ball on the first pitch. It's 1-0.
Yeah, corners pitch, making sure they're not going to give up any short hit that Langford can beat out.
Langford looks at the 1-0, and that one's high as well. 2-0 count to start off the bottom half of the first inning. Score is still 0-0. Here comes the 2-0. That one looked at for a strike, and it's 2-1. So Harrison gets her first strike of the afternoon.
Yeah, great hitters count for her, 2-1. She's coming from a wide stance as well.
The 2-1, that one swung on and fouled up and over the stands behind and out of Carroll Hutchins Stadium. It's 2-2. Comes the 2-2 from Harrison. That one swung on and fouled once again. This one stays in the park and into the stands.
Yeah, and with that, both the first and third baseman for Rutgers are going to step back just in front of the bag, about even for both of them, and a little bit more depth.
The 2-2. That one looked at low and away. Counts full, 3-2. Langford with an extended AB here to get us started. Three-two. Here comes the pitch. That one high. And I believe they'll say foul tipped. Here, I couldn't tell if Langford got a piece of that, but I guess she did.
Yeah.
Count still full, 3-2. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, grounded in front to Harrison. The throw to first, not in time. Langford too fast as that ball took one bounce and went way up in the air. And it's an infield single for Indiana Langford. She gets on first to lead off the bottom half of the first inning. And Janisa Conway steps in, and back the outfield goes. A few paces away from the warning track, all three of them.
Yeah, dangerous hitter to have here with a runner on base already to start off the inning.
Langford thought about going there, but comes back as Galen Kelly behind behind the dish, made a good play stopping the ball there and recovering. It counts 1-0. And here comes the pitch. Bounces behind the plate, still looking for it. And Langford will go all the way to third. She's safe on the slide. And on a pass ball, Langford steals second and then moves on ahead to third. And now with no outs, there's a runner on third, and the count's 2-0 for Janisa Conway.
Yeah, Langford got a great jump off first and was stealing second no matter what anyway. So after the pass ball, she did a great job rounding, gets to third easily.
That pitch outside. Counts 3-0. So we'll see if Conway has the green light here with a 3-0 count. Here comes the pitch from Harrison. She does not. That one's right down the middle for a strike. It's 3-1. Runner on third, no outs. Good chance for the Wolverines here to start off the first inning with a run.
Anything in the air should work because Langford's pretty speedy, can tag up and hopefully bust home.
Here comes the 3-1 from Harrison. This one swung on and missed. Conway looks back towards the Michigan bench as she swung very hard there. Had high hopes, but that one just under the bat.
Right over the top of it. It was a good located pitch, right down below the knees.
Here comes the 3-2. That one swung on and grounded down the first base line. The throw home, not in time. She didn't even throw it. She went to go throw home, realized it was too late, and then by the time she turned back around to throw to first, Conway was already standing there. So Janisa Conway gets an infield single, and that scores Indiana Langford. It's 1-0 Wolverines. There's still no outs in the bottom of the first. And there'll be a visit to the circle here for the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, give it a quick talk over. Make sure that pitches are being located properly. Hopefully going to pitch something low here, get a double play for the Scarlet Knights, but very hot start for the Wolverines already, getting both of their first two runners on base and scoring with some superb base running from Indy Langford.
We're getting ready to get up and started again, and up comes Lauren Putz, the freshman. She's been outstanding to start off her collegiate career, and she steps in with Conway on first, no outs. The Wolverines already with one run on the board. Here comes the pitch, that one high over Putz's head, and it's 1-0. She leads the team in batting average, runs scored, hits, RBIs, all as a freshman. As the 1-0 is low for ball number 2. Harrison struggling to find the zone right now. Still no outs in the bottom of the first, 2-0.
Middle infield playing deep towards the edge of the grass.
She looks at that one for a strike. And it's 2-1.
Scarlet Knights corner players are also playing slightly more shallow, respecting any bunt with no outs and a runner on first.
Here comes the 2-1 from Harrison. That one swung on and fouled down the first base line. Just a little early on that one.
Yeah. Good look there at something to drive, but just a little early. See if she can get another pitch here and keep the rally moving.
Counts evened up at 2. No outs, and Conway on first. Conway goes. That one swung on, grounded to third. The play at second is in time. No throw at first, so the first out is on the board. Conway gets thrown out at second. Reaches first safely. So now Putz will replace Conway on first. There's one out in the inning. And up comes Ella Stevenson.
Yeah, Ella Stevenson went 0 for 4 yesterday. She's 1 for 7 in the series, looking to get another hit here and keep some momentum for Michigan even after that force out by Lauren Putz.
Stevenson fouls off the first pitch of the AB down the third base line. It's 0-1. And the windup from Harrison. Breaking ball in the zone. Got Stevenson looking, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, great pitch there. Put it right on the outside edge. Reasonable take from Ella there. 0-2 count. Got to battle up, though.
Here comes the 0-2. That one swung on, driven up the gap in center field. That's going to go down for a base hit. And a nice single there for Stevenson. It advances, puts to second. So runners on first and second base with one out here in the bottom of the first.
Great piece of hitting from Stevenson right there. Kept the swing short, went right up the middle, right back where the pitch came. One hops it to the center fielder, finds some grass, keeps the rally moving.
And Lily Valamont steps into the box now with 2 runners on, 1 out. And the first pitch high for a ball.
Yeah, Lily went 3 for 4 yesterday with 2 RBIs, and she's actually 4 for 7 so far in this series. So she's had a great series, looking to stay hot, extend her batting streak today.
Has a home run this series. That ball low. And a nice job behind the dish by Kelly to keep that ball in play and not allow either of the runners to advance. As Putz was looking to go to third, but had to head back to second after that ball was picked cleanly. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Just a little bit too out in front there of the fastball.
Yeah, looked like a little bit early. She's going to move up in the box a little bit here, get some better timing.
Here comes the 2-1. Breaking ball in the zone for strike 2, and the count's evened up at 2 apiece with 1 out. Runners on first and second. It's a big out to get here for Harrison. Here comes the 2-2. That one swung on and fouled up and over the stands behind home plate.
Yeah, Valamont got a good pitch inside to drive, just a little bit under it. Sends it backwards. Here's the 2-2.
2-2 from Harrison. Here's the windup. Pitch is inside, swung on and missed, and Valamont goes down swinging for out number 2 of the inning. Big time out there for the Scarlet Knights, trying to hold this lead at 1 in the bottom of the first as Ellie Sealer steps up to the plate.
Yeah, Harrison really attacked the inside part of the zone there. Valamont was already early on the ball, swings over top of one, down in the lower half of the zone.
First pitch to Sealer is a breaking ball outside the zone. It's ball 1. Sealer 2 for 5 with one walk and 1 RBI this series. Looking to drive in another RBI here with 2 outs and keep this inning alive for the Wolverines. Here comes the 1-0. Looked at. Runners going to third. Throw not in time. And both runners advance as the throw to third allowed Stevenson to walk over to second. So now runners in second and third, both runners in scoring position here for the Wolverines, and a base hit could drive both home from Ellie Sealer.
Yeah, with the corners pinched there, the shortstop for the Scarlet Knights had to come over and try and cover the third base on the steal, but wasn't there in time.
2-0 pitch. Swung on, driven into center field. That's going to roll back to the wall. Both runners are going to score. Sealer is in safely at second, and it's a 2 RBI double. Great piece of hitting from Ellie Sealer with 2 outs. Goes all the way to the right center gap. And she's all smiles standing over on second base.
Yeah, great pull swing right there. Stayed level through it. Ball 2-hopped the wall. Got to the warning track in a hurry and put it just out of the reach of the right fielder. Gets it to roll by.
Michigan off to an early 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. 2 outs. Runner on second as the first pitch is in for a strike to Maddie Erickson.
Yeah, Erickson went 1 for 3 yesterday. She's 1 for 5 so far in this series, and has 5 homers on the season. So she's got some power, and with a runner in scoring position, good chance she can knock one in.
She fouls off the second pitch, so she's behind early, 0-2. Chance for Harrison to get out of the bottom of the first, only giving up 3. Here comes the 0-2. That one swung on, popped up high, but foul, as that one will go over the net into the stands. Takes one hop and caught by one hand by a Rutgers fan over there. Free souvenir. Even though the event team will come up and clean up those softballs and bring them back to the field.
Infield deep against Erickson here.
The 0-2. Swung on, dribbled down the third base line. Did it stay fair? The throw had to jump for it at first. And they'll call that a foul ball. So all that effort for nothing.
Yeah, great execution by the third baseman, Addie Osborne, for the Scarlet Knights, but didn't quite get the throw there in time, but it didn't matter anyway.
Falls, dribbled down the third base line, just leaked foul as it got picked up and thrown to first. Wasn't sure if the throw to first was going to be in time or not, but doesn't matter. Count still 0-2, and here comes the pitch. That one swung on and fouled up off the netting. Trying to make the play on the pop-up was Kelly, but couldn't get there in time before the ball hit the netting. And it's still 0-2.
Yeah, great aggressive at-bat here for Erickson. Fouling off anything she doesn't like, staying alive, and taking Harrison deep into the count.
Harrison trying to put her away with the 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on, driven to second base, and it's a line out. Nice catch from Bailey Briggs as we head back to the top of the second. It's 3-0 Wolverines as they drive in 3 runs on 3 hits. They start off the game hot with an early lead.
Yeah, Michigan batters seeing the ball great today. Big hit coming in from Sealer, and really knocking in those last 2 runs. Putting up a crooked number in the first is always a great sign for a good game here. We'll see how the Scarlet Knights respond in the top of the second, and they're going to have their 3, 4, 5 heart of the lineup hitters coming in. They're going to get Bailey Burtis, Georgia Engel, and L.A. Matthews up to the plate this inning. Bailey Burtis went 0 for 3 yesterday, left 2 on base for her team. Today she's playing in left field as she was yesterday. See if she can bounce back from her performance yesterday, get a hit, get anything going for the Rutgers offense today, something that's really been struggling throughout the series.
Get started for the top of the second. Bailey Burtis in the box, and Drakowski winds up and throws. That one in for strike number 1.
Yeah, Burtis batting from the right-hand side, batting from an open stance deep in the box.
Here comes the 0-1. That one in for another strike. It's 0-2. Dirk picking up right where she left off in the top of the first, and starts off the first AB with an 0-2 count. Here comes the 0-2. That one swung on and dribbled to the shortstop. Throw to first in time for the out. Great play there by Ella McVeigh. Picked it up on a hop and off balance through it. Sidearm to the first and a stretch from Maddie Ramey, and it's out number 1.
Yeah, great throw by McVeigh there. Her momentum wasn't necessarily bringing her towards first, but that crossbody throw got the throw right on target over towards Maddie Ramey.
Georgia Engel hits the first pitch down the third base line. A diving play, but it bounces foul. What an effort there from Ellie Sealer over in left. Extended. Went full out for the catch there. Just couldn't get there in time, and it bounced foul.
Yeah, great jump, great read, great effort, but just a little out of reach.
Counts 0-1 now. Pretty fortunate that ball didn't bounce fair because Sealer was on the ground. That could have went for 2 or 3. As the second pitch is in for a strike, it's 0-2, and Dorkowski finds herself with once again another 0-2 count. Something she does so well is get ahead in the counts here when she faces these batters, and it puts her at such an advantage. It's 0-2 with 1 out, no one on. That breaking ball hit up the middle. Grounder to second, throw to first in time for out number 2. And a routine grounder there to Indiana Langford.
Yeah, she only had to take a couple steps to her right there. Made a very clean play on a ball up the middle. Wasn't hit the hardest, but routine, good-looking defense for the Wolverines so far. Playing with a lot of speed and a lot of aggression.
L.A. Matthews steps into the box. She's yet to get a hit this series, looking for her first. First pitch fouled off. And it's 0-1. She does lead the team in home runs and RBIs, though, with 4 and 33, so she does have some power. Here comes the 0-1. She looks at that one just high for ball number 1.
Yeah, leading the team in home runs and RBIs. It's unfortunate she doesn't have any runners on base in front of her, coming up with 2 outs, but so far very clean pitching from Dirk here. 5 straight outs.
The 1-1 swung on, fly ball to left field, but that one carrying out of the stadium for a foul ball.
Yeah, a little late on that one. Dirk's bringing some heat on an outside pitch there, and tough piece to work with, tough swing.
1-2. Dorkowski stands 1 strike away from closing out this inning and gets a swing and a miss. That's strikeout. And the end of the top of the first, still no hits and no runners on for the Scarlet Knights. It's 3-0 entering the middle of the second here. Lauren Dorkowski pitching a gem through 6 batters.
Yeah, Rutgers is swinging pretty aggressively, but not making contact in play and still finding themselves behind in counts, really to Dirk's advantage, and once again puts away a 3rd batter on a swing and a miss strikeout. Up next for the Wolverines is going to be Maddie Ramey, and then following her is going to be Ella McVeigh, and then we'll flip to the top of the lineup, and Indy Langford is going to get her 2nd at-bat this inning as well.
Michigan looking to build off a productive first inning where they scored 3 on 3 hits.
Yeah, and Ramey went 1 for 2 yesterday. She's 2 for 5 in this series, and if she can keep the momentum rolling for Michigan, they'll find themselves in another great position to score.
And Maddie Ramey steps in to lead off the bottom half of the second. She fouls off the first one.
Yeah, check swing there. A little bit indecisive on the swing. Good contact nonetheless on a foul ball check swing, but see if she can put one in here, drive one. Corner's pinched again.
The 0-1 from Harrison is just outside, and that evens up the count at 1 apiece. Here comes the 1-1. Wind up in the pitch. That one swung on, grounded down the first baseline, and an easy out there made by L.A. Matthews, who just picks up the ball and steps on first base.
Yeah, ball pulled right to her by a left-handed batter, and Quick's play made it all by herself over at first, bringing up Ella McVeigh.
McVeigh lines up a bunt to start, now pulls back. Ball number 1. That pitch high.
Yeah, corner's crashing in now. And Ella McVeigh yesterday, or excuse me, not yesterday, but so far this series is 1 for 1 with a walk.
Looks at the second pitch, that one outside for ball number 2. So McVeigh ahead in the count early, 2-0. 1 out, no one on here in the bottom of the second. Wolverines lead 3-0. They all came in the first inning. She looks to bunt again, but pulls back for ball number 3.
Yeah, as mostly a slap hitter, she's definitely trying to get back on base for the top of the lineup. Hopefully get some strong power hitters behind her and drive her around the bases.
The 3-0, that one outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk by Ella Harrison, and that gets Ella McVeigh over the first base, and the Wolverines have their first runner of the bottom half of the second inning.
Yeah, great at-bat by McVeigh there, not taking a chance on any bad pitches, staying patient in the box, getting herself on base.
Langford steps back in the box. She bunts on the first pitch. That one rolling and play not in time. That advances both runners. A perfectly executed bunt there by Indiana Langford, and she's on base once again.
Yeah, Addie Osborne at third there was crashing in, had a chance to make the play, just went just beyond her reach and ended up rolling to Harrison, the pitcher, and couldn't make the throw over quick enough to beat out Langford's speed.
In comes Janisa Conway with 2 runners on, 1 out. She swings at the first pitch, and that one's popped up high behind her into the stands. And it's 0-1. 1 out. It's Langford on first and McVeigh on second for the Wolverines, looking to extend this lead further than 3. Here comes the 0-1 from Harrison. Looked at by Conway, and that's outside for ball 1.
Yeah, once again, dangerous batter up at the plate, coming off a very hot performance, Conway. And 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Could potentially get another RBI right now.
Here comes the 1-1. She pulls that one foul down the first base line, and it's 1-2.
Yeah.
That one hit hard.
Very quick swing there, just in front of the ball, a little bit early. Hits it towards the dugout. She's batting from a narrow stance, about shoulder width apart, and got a great read on that ball too early.
She sits on the pitch there, gets grounded to the third base, gets dropped, and the play at third, not in time. All runners are safe. And that one will probably go down as an error there for Addie Osborne at third. So now the bases are loaded for the Wolverines. It's Conway on first, Langford on second, McVeigh at third. And up comes Lauren Putz, the freshman designated player. And she's got the power and the swing to clear all 3 bases with 1 out. And after a quick visit to the circle, Harrison steps back in, getting ready to pitch to Lauren Putz, who's 0 for 1 on the day.
Yeah, great opportunity for the Wolverines to break this wide open.
That one high for a ball 1. Putz will be looking for a pitch to hit here with a big RBI opportunity. He's got 11 home runs, 35 RBIs on the year.
Yeah, anything will work here in the air, in the outfield for a tag up.
The 1-0 pitch is low and away for a ball. Good job by Kelly to recover that ball quickly and not allow these runners to advance once again. Harrison was getting ready to come and cover home. So McVeigh inched closer but returns back to third. Counts 2-0. And here's the windup from Harrison. That one stayed back on by Putz, and it's ball 3. So a 3-0 count and another 4-pitch walk here would score a runner. Harrison looking to find the zone, but a dangerous hitter stands in the box. Here comes the 3-0. That one down the middle for strike number 1. I think there, no matter how good of a hitter you are, you try and get a walk and score a run.
Yeah, definitely sit and take on that one, but
see times where Putz gets given the green light with a 3-0, but not there. Here comes the 3-1. She sits on that one. That one just finds the corner of the plate for strike number 2. And now the count is full. So Harrison doing a good job of fighting back here in this AB and getting the count full. 3-2 count. Bases loaded. 1 out in the bottom of the second. Here comes the pitch to Putz. She swings that one, driven to right field. Will it get down? It will. The runners had to hold up, and the throw home is in time for an out on McVeigh. They had to hold up to wait and see if that ball was going to drop, and the ball dropping actually helped the Scarlet Knights as it forced the runners to wait, and the throw home was in time, so that's out number 2. No run score. The bases are still loaded, and now it's Putz on first, Conway on second, and Langford on third. A big out there for the Scarlet Knights. A great throw from right field as the first pitch high for a ball to Ella Stevenson. But Riley Huang made a great throw there from right field all the way home on a bullet to get McVeigh out in time on the tag.
Yeah, the runners certainly were playing for the tag. Riley Huang just came up short, but on the short hop, good play. Makes a very clean transfer and throw home. Great recipe to help out Harrison here, get another out without taking any damage.
Stevenson fouls off the second pitch, and it's 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. This would be a big jam to get out of for Ella Harrison on the mound, on the circle. That one driven down the third base line. That gets down for a base hit. 2 runners will score. Here comes Putz for home, and a base-clearing double for Ella Stevenson. It's 3 RBIs. It's a 2-out double and a great piece of hitting in a clutch moment. And the Wolverines lead this one 6-0 in the second inning.
Yeah, that ball was about belt high right over the middle of the plate. Great job by Stevenson, seeing it well. Good pull ball hit down the left field line, dropping in and heading straight into the corner, clearing the bases. 3 RBIs for Michigan Wolverines to take a 6-run lead here in the bottom of the second.
Willie Valmont steps into the box with now just 1 runner on second after Stevenson cleared all 3. Counts 1-0. 2 outs in the inning. That one in for a strike at the knees. It's 1-1.
Yeah, infield playing back. No force play to be made at second since there's a runner on second. No runner on first. respecting the power of Valamont here and see if she can keep the rally going, score the runner in the running position or in scoring position.
Valamont fouled one off, and it's 1-2. Here comes the pitch from Harrison. That one swung on and fouled up again.
Yeah, these Wolverine batters have been early on a lot of pitches from Harrison, pulling them over the backstop most of the time and over into the stands. If they can sit just a little bit more, a little bit deeper on these pitches, they can drive them into play.
Another foul off by Valamont, and the count's still 1-2. Wolverines hitting 5 for 12 as a team so far today, so they're doing a good job hitting on base, making good contact. Rutgers still yet to get a hit on the offensive side. Here comes the 1-2 and fouled off again.
Yeah, and the good thing with the Wolverines is that they've been stringing their hits together. Although they've got 5, they've all been coming at the most opportune times to keep runners moving and cash in on some of the defensive miscues that the Scarlet Knights have been making.
And once again, another foul off for Valamont. The count remains at 1-2. There's 2 outs. Stevenson still standing on second. Comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. And down goes Valamont, and that will close out the inning. Another 3 runs on the board for the Wolverines as El Stevenson hits a base-clearing double with bases loaded and 2 outs to extend the Wolverines' lead to 6-0 as we head to the top of the third.
Up next for Rutgers is going to be Andy Osborne, Galen Kelly, and Sierra Hoekstra. Osborne is batting 176 on the season. Freshman, third baseman, right-handed batter, going to get a righty-on-righty matchup against Durkowski. Looking to get anything going, get the first hit for Rutgers potentially, start a rally so they can claw their way back into this game after being down 6 runs already in the top of the third.
Michigan looking to run rule the Scarlet Knights for back-to-back days here, as they did so yesterday with an 11-3 win, which finished after 6 innings. Of course, the rule is after 5 complete innings, if one team leads by 8 or more runs, the game is over. So the Wolverines standing just 2 runs away from that mark. Still 3 innings to play nonetheless, regardless of how lopsided the score gets. But
And
Turkowski steps back onto the circle as Addy Osborne steps into the batter's box. Here comes the first pitch. That one inside for ball 1.
yeah, good eye there from Osborne. She's in the back of the box with a slightly open stance, wide past the shoulders.
The 1-0 gets swung on and fouled behind. 1-1.
Yeah, that ball was up. Osborne just underneath it, makes sure to get a little piece of it, sends it right back into the netting.
Here comes the 1-1. That one high for ball 2. One count for Osborne. Durkowski sets and deals. That one popped up high and will get fouled up into the stands right in front of us. And it's 2-2. That evens up the count. Kowski yet to let a runner on base.
Yeah, Scarlet Knights once again looking for their first base runner. Have yet to get a hit or a walk in this game.
Here's the 2-2. That one high for ball 3, and one more outside the zone would give the Scarlet Knights their first base runner to start off the top of the third.
Infield playing back, no worries of any slap hit here.
Here comes a 3-2. That one outside, and that's the first walk of the day. Osborne will get a free trip to first, and the Scarlet Knights have a runner aboard. And Galen Kelly steps into the box now with no outs and a runner on first.
Yeah, the infield's going to have to pinch here for a potential slap hit from the lefty, Kelly.
She attempts it on the first pitch, but fouls it behind. It's 0-1. Dirk sets and winds up, throws. That one slap hit foul into the Rutgers dugout. And it's 0-2. So another 0-2 count. Turkowski got a little off track there on the first AB of the inning, but right back as per usual, an 0-2 count.
Yeah, certainly looking to locate one low here. Hopefully get a ground ball, maybe get a double play if the ball's hit hard enough on the slap swing.
The 0-2. That one inside gets Kelly looking, and it's a strike 3. Another strikeout for Turkowski.
4 on the day, doing a great job attacking the strike zone for Turkowski.
Really impressive showing so far. There's one out, one runner on first. The first pitch to Sierra Hoekstra is outside for ball 1.
Hoekstra batting 134 on the season. She started almost every single game except for one so far this season. She has 2 home runs on the season as well, second most for the Scarlet Knights. So she can definitely drive a ball, but only 1 out and a runner on first here, not in scoring position yet. See if we can move her over and get a productive out or any productive play for the Scarlet Knights, get a runner in scoring position for the first time this game.
So after a foul ball and then a looked at ball, the count's 2-1. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one inside, breaking ball, catches the zone, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, not quite what Hoekstra was looking for there. She's batting from a very narrow stance at the back of the box to give her a chance to move forward on the slap hit. Somewhat of a Happy Gilmore approach in the box, but Michigan infield is not quite respecting a short hit here. Their infield is back and towards the edge of the grass.
Count's full. Here comes the payoff pitch from Turkowski. That one lined up the middle and couldn't make a play at second base was Langford. Bounced right over her glove, and it's a single. So now runners on first and second for Rutgers. Just 1 out in the inning. Turkowski, we'll see if that one gets ruled a hit or an error. I think it gets ruled a hit, and that's the first one of the day. Ends the no-hit bid from Turkowski. Runners on first and second, and the Wolverines will talk a few things over.
Yeah, tough play for Langford at second there. The ball was hit pretty hard. She tried to make a backhand play on it, but it just skipped right over her glove, ended up bouncing off like the top part of her wrist, trickles into the turf in the outfield, and 2 aboard for the Scarlet Knights as the meeting at the circle is going to break. And we're going to have the top of the lineup for Rutgers, starting off with Jillian Anderson, the lefty batter, center fielder, batting .382 on the season, come up to the plate.
1 out, runners on first and second for Rutgers as the first pitch of the at-bat is in for a strike. Thought about going to third was Osborne, but she goes back to second. Rutgers looking to stay alive in this game. They're down 6 runs, but a couple here would help them a lot, as that one looked to be bunted by Anderson, but fouled off behind, and the count's 0-2.
Yeah, Anderson, second most RBIs on her team with 15 this season. Certainly has a chance to drive someone in here. We'll see what she does.
Here comes the 0-2. That one swung on and missed, strike 3. And Durkowski is dealing on the circle for the Wolverines. There's 2 outs in the inning, runners on first and second. And her 5th strikeout of the day. Riley Huang steps in. She's 0 for 1 on the day, but has made a great play in the field for the Scarlet Knights. Now tries to do so at the plate. She looks at ball 1.
Yeah, Huang's batting .364 on the season, right-handed batter. She's only started 10 games, so this would make her 11th.
The 1-0 pitch. That one outside for ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 from Dirk. Breaking ball finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
Yeah, good pitch on the outside edge of the plate by Durkowski. Work back the count in her favor.
The pitch. Swung on, driven deep to left field. That one high in the air in foul territory, but caught. And that will end the inning. Ellie Sealer tracks back. That one hit deep to left field, but just caught in foul territory. And with runners on first and second stranded, Lauren Durkowski pitches another scoreless inning. It's 6-0 as we enter the middle of the 3rd.
Yeah, Sealer had a chance to make a play on a foul ball and into foul territory. Made a diving play on a ball that was just out of reach, but this time gets another good jump, another good read, and gets a fly ball caught for the 3rd out. And up next for Michigan, this bottom of the 3rd, Ellie Sealer's going to lead it off, left-handed batter, and then following her is going to be Maddie Erickson and Maddie Ramey. Sealer batting .324 on the season. She's already 1 for 1 with that base clearing. She's already 1 for 1 today.
2 RBI doubles she had in the 1st.
Yeah, not the base clearing double.
And a new pitcher for the Scarlet Knights to pitch the bottom of the 3rd.
We'll let you know as soon as we find out.
But it's Ellie Sealer in the box. First pitch comes, looked at for a strike. And that actually is Ella Harrison still. So there hasn't been a pitching change. Not sure why it got announced. But Ella Harrison's still on the mound. for the Scarlet Knights. Here comes the 0-1. That one high for ball one. That evens up the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, corners pinched for Rutgers defense. Certainly respecting a slap hit from Sealer to lead off the inning.
Here comes the 1-1. Sealer drives that one. And a nice play made at second base, and in time for the out is the throw. That one, tough play to make as the ball is bouncing through the infield, but controlled well by Bailey Briggs, and there's one away here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Bailey Briggs working back into her left on that ball, caught it right about hip level, had to make a spinning turn to get the throw over to first, but it was in time. Good play.
First pitch to Maddie Erickson is low for a ball. Counts 1-0. 1 out, no one on here in the bottom of the third. It's 6-0 Wolverines. That ball driven to left field, but foul.
Yeah, once again, these Michigan batters staying early and on top of Harrison's pitches. That one taken just foul. Hopefully Michigan batters can sit on it just a little bit more, keep it within the lines.
Here comes the 1-1. That one looked at low for a ball. It's 2-1. Maddie Erickson 0 for 1 today. Gonna reach base for the first time. The 2-1 from Harrison. That one swung on and driven to left field, foul again.
Yeah, big hack there by Erickson. She has 5 home runs on the season. Has the potential to bump that number up today, especially with the wind still blowing out towards center field. Needs to weight back just a little bit more on this pitch. She's got the power, but hasn't kept it in play.
She swings and misses at the 2-2, and it's a strikeout for Harrison. And she puts away the first 2 batters of the bottom of the third, and up comes Maddie Ramey. 0 for 1 on the day. And with no one on, 2 outs, going to stop Harrison from going 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third.
Got a quick break in play here. We got Bonnie taking some time, making sure she's talking through this upcoming at bat with Ramey.
Maddie Ramey steps in now, and Harrison gets ready to deal the first pitch of the at-bat. She winds up, and here's the pitch. That one off speed, but in for a strike. Ramey nods her head. It's a good pitch. 0 for 1.
Yeah, Scarlet Knights defense respecting the pull hit here. They've got a little bit of a shift on with the right side playing deep against the lefty batter.
The 0-1 to Ramey. That one swung on and bounced in front for a foul ball. And it's 0-2. Harrison looking to have a clean third inning here after a few mishaps in the first and second, giving up 3 runs in both. But a chance to go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third with this pitch. It's 0-2, and here it comes. That one swung on and pops to the second base, and that catch is made by the shortstop, Sierra Hoekstra, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 inning there by Ella Harrison and the Scarlet Knights. We head to the top of the fourth. It's still 6-0 Michigan.
Yeah, on that last at-bat there, Ramey just got a little bit ahead of the ball on a slightly outside pitch, catches it off the end of the bat, floats up for a pretty routine fly for shortstop to make a play on. All right. Up next, coming for Rutgers, is going to be Bailey Briggs, Bailey Burtis, and Georgia Engel. All of which are 0 for 1 already on the day. Bailey Briggs batting .300 on the season, getting her 41st start, and has no homers on the season, but 13 RBIs. She's a pretty tough out, looking to get on base, start something for Rutgers. Hopefully they can find any way to score in the top of the 4th coming up now. Bonnie Thole finishes up her her quick interview with the Big Ten Network. We'll resume play now.
Bailey Briggs in the box, and here comes the 0-0. First pitch swinging and driven to left field, a pop fly. That one caught. Another catch made by Ellie Sealer, and the first at-bat of the inning is done with 1 pitch. 1 out. And up comes Bailey Burtis for the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, Briggs on that first pitch of that at-bat made a good swing, but got the ball just in off the hands a little bit, so it didn't carry as far as she would have liked into the gap, and ends up being caught.
And the first pitch of Burtis' at-bat gets driven foul just down the third base line, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Dirk. That one just outside, and the count's evened up at 1.
Yeah, Burtis batting from a pretty wide open stance here. Looking to pull something. We've got the third baseman, Erickson, for the Wolverines, playing just tight to the line, as Burtis was early on the first pitch that she hit foul, and takes another one right there.
Takes one for a strike, and here comes the 1-2. That one swung on, driven to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Burtis will stay put at first. And it's a 1-out single for Bailey Burtis. Second hit of the day for the Scarlet Knights. And they'll look to make productive use of a base runner for the first time today.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from Burtis. Saw the ball deeper and took it the other direction down the right field line, and gets herself on as a runner for a decent batter, Georgia Engel behind her. Georgia's only getting her 18th start today, though.
The count's 0-1 as the first pitch is taken for a strike. Burtis looks like she's interested in stealing second. We'll see if she goes. Here comes the pitch from Dirk. That ball swung on, hit to left field, and it'll go right to Sealer for out number 2. 2 outs, runner on first here for L.A. Matthews. She's 0 for 1 on the day.
Yeah, certainly the power hitter of this Scarlet Knights team, leading the team with 4 home runs.
Durkowski pitches. That one driven to center field. Back and makes the catch. At the warning track is Janisa Conway. Nice hard hit ball, but right to Conway, as that will end the inning. Rutgers get a single with 1 out, but can't make anything of it. And it's 6-0. Head to the bottom of the 4th. Wolverines will have 2 chances here in the bottom of the 4th and the 5th. Of course, if they don't let up a run in the top of the 5th, to get 2 more runs and end this game after 5. Of course, anything less will keep this game rolling.
Yeah, and stepping up to the plate first this inning is going to be Ella McVeigh, and then the order will flip to the top of the lineup, and Indy Langford and Janisa Conway will both get at-bats as well. We're also going to see Harrison stay in the circle on the rubber for the bottom of the 4th.
This Rutgers team definitely struggling, looking to find their pace. They're on a 11-game losing streak and looking at that going to 12 after today in the Big Ten play. And for head coach Kristen Butler in her 7th season, last year they were able to come out with a winning record in conference play, which is something that this Rutgers program hasn't done in a long time. Last time they were above 500 in conference play at the end of the year was in 1998, until they did it last year in 2024. Trying to carry that momentum into 2025, but unfortunately find themselves at a 17-26 record, 1-11 in the Big Ten, which finds them at the bottom of the standings. For Michigan, however, they're looking to compete in the Big Ten. Of course, there's Oregon and UCLA, those West Coast teams joining the conference. Very strong softball programs up at the top. But Michigan right now sits just behind, I believe, Northwestern.
Yeah, I believe Michigan's 4th in the Big Ten, 4th or 6th in the Big Ten.
They currently sit at 5th in the Big Ten behind Northwestern, but a win here would match 9 wins with Northwestern and would be just a game back from Nebraska, who sits in 3rd. UCLA and Oregon both tied at the top at 12-1 conference records. As Ella McVeigh steps into the box to get the bottom half of the 4th started, she pulls back on a bunt, and it's ball 1.
Yeah, corners pinched once again against the lefty slap hitter in McVeigh.
Harrison pitches the 1-0. That one in for a strike.
Good location from Harrison there. Making sure to get balls over the plate with something that she struggled with early in the game in the 1st and 2nd inning.
The 1-1 gets taken, and that'll be ball 2. So 2-1 count now. Harrison, the freshman, great recruit out of high school in New York, 2-time New York Class 2A Player of the Year and a Gatorade Player of the Year finalist. She's got the stuff to compete here in the Big Ten. As a slap hit this time by McVeigh, the throw to first in time for the out, and great hustle there.
Yeah, shortstop Sierra Hoystra made a great play off the tipped ball off the right off the edge of the glove by Ella Harrison, the pitcher, and great play backing that up. Got her momentum going towards first for a nice, easy throw to beat out a speedster in McVeigh.
Now Langford steps to the box, 1 out, no one on. Takes ball 1. Top of the order has definitely provided some runs here for the Wolverines. Langford 2 for 2 and scored both times after reaching first. She takes ball 2, so 2-0 now. now batting .400 on the year. Here comes the 2-0 from Harrison. Langford slaps it, goes right down the third base line, and that gets thrown in time for the out. Went right towards Addie Osborne, the third baseman.
Yeah, Addie Osborne made a good play off the chopper there. Caught it right about chest height. Quick transfer over to first. Sitting down Langford for the first time today.
So Harrison has really settled into this one, giving up 3 runs in the first and second. Went 1-2-3 in the first, in the third, excuse me, and now in the fourth inning. He's looking to get an out of Janisa Conway, which is always a tough task, but would give her her second 1-2-3 and retire the 6 straight batters. Conway 0 for 2 on the day, looking to change that here. She takes ball 1, counts 1-1. The first pitch was the breaking ball in the zone for a strike. She's reached on a fielder's choice both times, however, neither recorded for a hit. She swings at that pitch. That one pops straight up, looking to make the play in foul territory, and a nice catch off balance, and that will end the inning by Addie Osborne.
Yeah, the wind started blowing that high pop-up sort of back into play when it started out of play. So Addie Osborne made a good adjustment, working back to the left after she'd already gone out of play, makes the grab, and 1-2-3 for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Score's still 6-0 as we head to the top of the 5th here. Of course, this is the last required inning if the lead were to get to 8 or more for the Wolverines, but right now it sits at 6. No runs in the last 2 innings, no base runners in the last 2 innings for the Wolverines, as Ella Harrison has really settled in, as now Lauren Durkowski looks to keep up her shutout outing here in the 5th inning. She's only given up 2 hits and has not allowed for those runners to advance much. 1 runner in scoring position on the day, 1 walk.
Yeah.
And the Scarlet Knights searching for offense here in the top of the 5th.
Not only is it a shutout, it's been some pretty quick work for Durkowski. Only 55 pitches through 4 complete innings. So going to start the top of the 5th now. She's got 5 Ks on the day and only 1 walk.
Addie Osborne steps into the box and fouls away the first pitch of the AB, and in the count's 0-1. Durkowski just so consistently good and consistent on the mound for this Wolverine squad. Just consistently their best pitcher. And
yeah, with only a 2.3 ERA and this soon to go lower after this game, really impressive performance and season overall for her.
6.2 innings on Saturday with no earned runs, and now she's through 4 with no earned runs, as this one gets driven deep to left center, and it's out of here. A home run. Addie Osborne breaks the scoreless drought for the Scarlet Knights, and it's 6-1. The lead's cut down to 5, but a shot to left center field and a home run on Lauren Durkowski is not easy to come by, and Osborne drove that one.
Yeah, great swing there. Took it right where it was pitched towards the left center gap. Good barrel, and with the wind blowing out, that one was a no-doubter. The solo shot's going to break up the scoreless 4+ innings for Durkowski.
She gets a swing and a miss from Allison Amadio, who's stepping in now to hit in place of Galen Kelly.
That solo home run right there for Addie Osborne was also her first home run of the season, and that also puts her season RBI count up to 5 now.
Audio will take the place behind the dish on the other half of the inning, but looks to get an at-bat here. She drives this one to right field. Will it get down? Diving for the catch. Can't make it is Langford. Or
Yeah.
excuse me, that wasn't Langford. That
was number 14, Janelle Ilakwa. She made a good drop step back to her left, getting behind first base into shallow right field. Got a glove on it on the diving play over her shoulder, but can't come down with it.
So a number of substitutions made here for the Wolverines as it's Costales behind the dish now in place of Valamont.
Rutgers coaching not happy with the previous call to make the count 0-1.
But it's a strike nonetheless. It's not going to change. It's 0-1 for Sierra Hoekstra. That one high for ball 1. It's Amadio on first, and there's no outs here. So Turkowski looking to keep this lead at 5 and not get it cut any closer. They need to get some outs to do that. That one looked at for a ball 2, counts 2-1.
Yeah, the Rutgers team looking a lot more lively and energetic after that solo shot from Addie Osborne. Their offense is starting to click here in the top of the 5th. See if they can keep this rally going.
That one popped foul and will even the count at 2.
Michigan defense playing at double play depth, looking for a ground ball, maybe double up.
That one swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. Another strikeout for Turkowski. There's one out with a runner on first now, 6-1. Apologies to our viewers as I forgot to change the score. Why'd that? First pitch hits Anderson as she'll walk to first and brush that one off, and now runners on first and second.
Yeah, that pitch ran inside, and although Anderson tried to turn out of the way, clipped her on the back of the right elbow, right off the elbow guard. And with 2 runners on and 1 out, there's going to be a brief meeting at the mound as McVeigh gives a little talk to Dirk. Little inspiration going up against another righty batter in Huang here, the freshman. 0 for 2 so far on the day, though.
Comes the first pitch to Riley Huang, and that one just high for a ball. It's 1-0. Runners on first and second, and with a 5-run lead, one swing can change this game pretty drastically. She looks at ball 2. It's 2-0.
Yeah, there's going to be a meeting at the circle now just because need a little bit of break in play. Hopefully get Derkowski back on track and locating her pitches after that one was just a little too high.
Pitched so well up until the solo home run. Now 2 runners on, 1 out, and struggling to find the zone a little bit. Trying to get Derkowski back in the right mindset and pitching confidently. It's when she does, she's one of the best pitchers in the country. Here comes the 2-0 to Riley Huang from Durkowski. Looked at for ball 3. And it's 3-0. And all day long, Durkowski was getting into 0-2 counts, and now she finds herself one pitch away from a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, only one walk today. Hopefully not going to be a second here to load the bases.
And that one outside, and that's a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded for the Scarlet Knights. And all of a sudden, a game that looks like it had the potential to get run ruled in the 5th, when the Wolverines led 6-0 after 2 innings. It's 6-1, but the bases are loaded and there's one out. A potential for a big comeback inning here for the Scarlet Knights, and Durkowski is looking to find the zone again. Bailey Briggs will step up to the plate.
Yeah, the sophomore batting .297 on the season. She's got 13 RBIs as well. That's going to be the 3rd most on her team, and there's a lot of ducks sitting out on the pond for her. So she's getting a quick talk from her coach, third base coach. Now she's settling into the box. If I had to guess, just a talk about putting a ball in the air, finding some grass, hopefully into the outfield, because any ball in the air would score up the runner on the tag up from 3rd.
First pitch is outside for a ball, and that's 1-0. It's the 5th ball in a row by Durkowski. Here comes the 1-0, bases loaded, 1 out, and that one's in for a strike, and an applause from the crowd here at Carroll Hutchins Stadium.
Yeah, good breaking ball there. Got up in the zone, clipped the zone for a strike.
Here comes the 1-1. That one swung on and popped up. Is it into the stands? No, it stays in foul territory, and a nice catch there, and a big time out that the Wolverines definitely needed by Maddie Ramey, and that'll hold the runners at the bases. 2 outs now, and a fly ball to the outfield no longer will score a run. It will be the end of the inning. 2 outs, bases loaded for Bailey Burtis. She's 1 for 2 on the day. And the first pitch in for a strike. And a great breaking ball there by Durkowski.
Yeah, kind of froze Burtis on that pitch there. Good way to get ahead in the count. Keep her guessing at the plate.
The 0-1. Swung on and fouled left.
Yeah.
It's 0-2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning, only giving up 1 run on a solo home run. Bases loaded with 1 out at one point in this inning, and now there's 2 outs. 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. Here's the 0-2. That one high, but a nice catch there behind the dish by Costales.
Yeah, that one certainly saved the run there, because that was going to go to the backstop.
Counts 1-2 for Burtis. Here's the windup from Dirk. That one looked at outside, ball 2. Counts evened up.
Durkowski started off this at-bat with some breaking balls and then missed her last 2 fastballs. See what she goes to next here.
Here comes the 2-2. That one swung on, driven to left field, and it gets down for a base hit. Here comes 2 runners. They score. And at second base, the throw is not in time. It's a 2 RBI double. The runners stand on second and third. And the Rutgers Scarlet Knights have cut this lead all the way from 6-3 here in the top half of the 5th.
Yeah, Burtis did a good job on that 2-2 pitch, up and in, getting her hands inside, pulling the ball to find a ball that will land just beyond the shortstop in left field. And great hustle play there as the left fielder had to get up to make a throw, finds herself on second base with a double.
It'll be Georgia Engel up next, but it looks like the Wolverines might be looking towards another arm as Bonnie Thole is coming out to the circle, and it appears that will be the case as Durkowski hands the ball to Bonnie. And
yeah, Durkowski had a gem going through 4, but lost a little bit of touch there in the top of the 5th, giving up that solo shot that really sparked this Rutgers offense to get rallying and just moving through the lineup, keeping people on base. And you know, they find themselves with 3 hits in the top of the 5th, and really impressive turnaround from them to claw back into this game and give themselves a chance at bringing themselves even closer with 2 runners in scoring position. And it looks like they're bringing in
Aaron Hain.
Aaron Hain started pitching yesterday, went 5 1/3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. So see if she can get a relief role here, get out of the jam.
She just pitched to 1 batter on Saturday. Got a strikeout there, and then got the start on Sunday. Pitched well, 3 earned runs, as you said. But looks to stop the bleeding here in the top of the 5th with runners in scoring position. 2 outs, but 1 swing of the bat. The tying run is at the plate for the Scarlet Knights. Then steps Georgia Engel. She only has 1 home run in the year. As first pitch is outside for a ball. And it's 1-0.
Yeah, Bonnie Thole did not agree with that call, and I'm with her. That one was great placement, great first pitch by Hain.
Here's the 1-0 from Hain. That one driven up to Alakwa, and that one thrown to first in time for out number 3. It touched the glove of Hain on the way down, and
yeah, great play by Alakwa to recover and then move to her left, make a sidearm throw to first, beat out Engel on the throw, and gets out of the jam with only 2 pitches from Hain.
so we head to the bottom of the 5th, and the Scarlet Knights have made this one interesting, looking to avoid a series sweep. And it's 6-3, the Wolverines lead.
Rutgers is going to keep Harrison on the mound after 87 pitches through 4 innings. She's going to get the 5th now. Only 3 strikeouts, 1 walk on the day, but giving up 5 hits and 6 runs total, only 3 of them being earned after defensive miscues very early in the game by the Scarlet Knights.
She's pitched well. Tired 6 straight batters.
Yeah, great turnaround. Not getting too rattled after the first 2 innings. Ready for the 5th now as
it's Lauren Putz who will step in to bat here for the Wolverines. She looks at the first one low for a ball. reached on a fielder's choice twice, but 0 for 2 on the day. Here comes the 1-0 from Harrison. She winds and deals. That one high for a ball.
Yeah, batting .402 on the season. Definitely a good chance to get on base. Tough out right here. Starting every game of the season for Michigan. Really a true star player for this team.
2-0's high for a ball, and it's 3-0. And she looks at that one, low and away for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk to Lauren Putz, and the Wolverines have a base runner with no outs.
Yeah, great at-bat there, great patience. Very good zone awareness, and good job getting a lead-off runner for Michigan to hopefully extend this lead, get some more insurance runs.
And Ella Stevenson will step up to the plate. She's 2 for 2, a single in the first inning, and then a 3 RBI base-clearing double in the second. She looks at the first one low for a ball as the breaking ball bounces at the plate. It's 1-0. No outs. Puts on first. Comes the pitch. That one low again. And Puts thinking about going to second, but it's 6 balls in a row for Ella Harrison as the Wolverine dugout is chanting. 4-pitch walk and now 2-0 count. And here comes the pitch. That one finds the zone for a strike. It's 2-1 to Stevenson. Ella Harrison looking to settle back in after great 2 innings in a row. Struggling the first 2 and then giving up a walk to start off the 5th. Here's the 2-1. That one just low. And it's ball 3. 3-1 count. Stevenson be looking for a pitch to hit here. If not, gladly take first base and advance Puts to second with no outs in the inning.
Yeah, she's been seeing the ball great today. As you said, she's 2 for 2. Looking for one to drive.
Here's the 3-1. She swings on that one down the third base line, and they call it foul. It was close. Just a few inches. Looked like it could have bounced over the base and stayed fair. That's what Bonnie Thole wanted, but not the call they got from the umpire behind the plate. So now that loads up the count. 3-2. No outs. Puts on first.
Stevenson did a great job on her double, staying back on the ball and driving it the other way. This time just a little bit early on that ball down the line.
Payoff pitch from Harrison. That one swung on down the third base line. Foul again. That one a few more feet to the left, so not a tough call to make there. But another payoff pitch coming from Harrison as the count remains full. Stevenson looking to get on base for her 3rd time in 3 at-bats today.
Infield playing a little bit more back now as well.
Here's the pitch. That one low, and that's ball 4. So Stevenson on first, Puts on second, and there's no outs in the inning. Ava Costales, who stepped in for Lily Valamon at the catcher position, is now in the batter's box for her first AB of the day. Hasn't gotten that many chances at the plate, but has yet to see a lot of hits so far. Still searching for her first of the year. She swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1.
Rutgers is going to pitch the corners here.
Second pitch, the AB's low for ball 1. Gonzalez was Big Ten All-Freshman last year, but hasn't performed to what we saw in her freshman year and her sophomore campaign. But looking to get back on track here with a solid AB, runner in scoring position, first and second, no outs. She looks at ball 2, and it's 2-1. Comes the 2-1 from Ella Harrison. Swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, it looked like Costales wanted to check that swing there, but went around. Wasn't quite full, a little bit hesitant. Gonna get a quick chat from Bonnie over at third before she steps back in.
A few tips there. Bonnie trying to get her back on track in the right mindset and right technique. Here comes the 2-2. That one swung on and driven to left field, and making the catch out and left is Bailey Burtis, who's making plays for this Scarlet Knights squad, and the runners will hold up at first and second. That's the first out of the inning in the bottom of the 5th, but nice piece of hitting there from Casales and a good hard hit line drive, just couldn't hit it into the gap.
Yeah, good pop on the ball there, unfortunately right at a defender, and it looks like Puts at second wanted to try and tag up, but didn't quite have the timing on it.
So 1 out, runners on first and second for Ellie Sealer, as the first pitch is high for a ball. But for Costales, when you're in a little bit of a struggle at the plate, it's good to see. That's what you want to see, is hard hit balls for outs, because at least that means that it's mostly you're getting unlucky.
Yeah, there's no exit velo on a strikeout, and you know, it's good to actually have something to be proud of, and you know, you can certainly make adjustments when you're putting the ball in play, but when you're struggling at the plate and can't put one in play, it's hard to be able to, you know, make an adjustment if you don't really have much to go off of in the first place.
Sealer fouled off a bunt, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one a breaking ball. She sits on it, but pops it up in the infield, and that's a routine fly ball. So now 2 outs, and the runners that got on to start off the inning still stand at first and second for the Wolverines. So up comes Maddie Erickson, looking to make some production out of these runners, and it'll be the last attempt to do so with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Ella Harrison looking to pitch another scoreless inning for the 3rd time in a row. They're getting in some trouble to start it off. The first pitch low for a ball. Puts is really getting some distance from second base once that ball leaves Harrison's hand.
Yeah, getting a great jump.
Has yet to steal a base. Here comes the 1-0. That one swung on down the third base line, picked up the throw to first in time. Great clean play there by Addie Osborne, who's been making plays out in the field all day. And that will end the inning. So 2 walks to start it off, but couldn't advance them anywhere. It's 6-3 entering the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Addie Osborne made a good play on a ground ball going to her left. Made the read on the runner head into second and decided it was best to throw over to first, get the sure out to end the inning. And certainly Harrison has cleaned up the pitching in the last 3 innings. Good job retiring the Michigan batters, putting up all goose eggs in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th as we move on to the top of the 6th, where hopefully Harrison's offense will spark up yet again like they did in the 5th inning. To lead off Rutgers here in the top of the 6th, we're going to have L.A. Matthews, Addie Osborne, and then Galen Kelly, assuming we don't have any pinch hitters or substitutions. We're also going to see Erin Hain remain on the mound after she came in the top of the 5th for some relief.
Hain warms up the arm and steps onto the circle as we get ready for the start of the top of the 6th here. It's 6-3 after a 3-run top of the 5th by Rutgers to cut the lead in half for the Wolverines. And first pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1 to L.A. Matthews. The 0-1 can't find the zone, and that's 1-1.
Yeah, L.A. Matthews 0 for 2 on the day. Looking for a hit, get offense going for the Scarlet Knights.
Gets a swing and a miss. And that makes the count 1-2. Nice pitch there from Hain.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration there from Matthews, but she shakes it off and steps back in.
That ball high, and it's 2-2. L.A. Matthews 0 for 2. She swings at that pitch, and it's fouled off behind her. That remains at 2-2, the count. Leadoff batter of the top of the 6th.
Yeah, great level swing there on a high pitch. Just getting a piece of it, staying alive in that bat.
That one high, and that loads up the count. So 3-2, Erin Hain will look to find the zone here. Here's the payoff pitch. That one looked at, strike 3. Hain dots the corner and gets the first out at the top of the 6th. Great pitch there.
Yeah, first strikeout of the day for her. Getting through that at-bat. Little slower than last inning when she retired her singular batter facing just 2 pitches, but that at-bat going for 7.
Addie Osborne checks her swing on the first pitch. They check with the first base umpire, and she did go around, so it's 0-1. And she swings and misses at the second pitch, so a quick 0-2 on 2 swings. Addie Osborne, of course, hit a towering home run to left center in her last at-bat. It's her first of the year.
Yeah, and we've seen her and the rest of the Rutgers lineup stay aggressive early in the count, just like when she did hit her homer. It was towering on that first pitch of the at-bat.
She looks at another one there, and that's ball number 2. That one swung on and fouled behind. Count remains 2-2.
Defense playing straight up against Osborne.
That one taken for ball 3. So the count's full once again for the second at-bat of the inning. Hain got a strikeout on the first. Here comes the second one. That one taken outside for a ball. And it's a walk for Addie Osborne. So a productive day for her. Home run and a walk. She'll take first base with 1 out. And up comes Allison Amadio, who came in as a pinch hitter earlier today. She takes strike 1.
Yeah, freshman right-handed batter. She's batting from a wider open stance up against Hain.
Swings at the second pitch. That a grounder to shortstop. Throw to second in time. Double play. Not in time. Safe at first. A groan from the crowd as it looked like it could have got there for an inning-ending double play. And I think they might take another look at this one. They will go to the monitor.
Yeah, that was a great turn from McVeigh over to Alakia, and good stretch by Ramey too. So we'll see. It was definitely a toss-up.
Well executed attempt to turn 2 there. Of course, it's very close. Tough call to make on the field, but they ruled her safe at first. Mario tried to beat it out, but we'll see. We're trying to get a look on the big screen here at the hutch, but yet to see a replay of it. I'm sure the umpires are. And I'm sure the Big Ten Network crew got a good angle, and they'll make the right call here. But as we wait, it's a glorious Monday here in Ann Arbor. Gotten not so great weather to start off the spring so far, and then it's kind of warmed up and brightened up here over the weekend and into today. A lot of short sleeves, no needs for the undershirt for a lot of these players. See a lot of short sleeves out in the crowd. I'm wearing short sleeves, so is Max in the booth.
Yeah, lucky we got to call this one today.
A great weekend for the Wolverines as they won both games.
Yeah, I mean they're on a 3-game win streak since they also won the last one they faced against Central Michigan. You know, if they get a 4th here, they'll be riding some great momentum into the rest of the week.
And the call on the field is confirmed, so safe at first is Amadio, and now there'll be 2 outs and a runner on first as they make sure that's correct out on the scoreboard, as it originally said 1. But there's 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch, the AB to Hoekstra, and that one a passed ball as that one bounced in the dirt, and Amadio now stands on second.
Yeah, that one skipped up above the glove of Costales. I'll see if they rule that one a pass ball or a wild pitch, but either way, Amadio is going to advance to second, get another runner in scoring position.
Looks like they'll call it a wild pitch, but the count's now 1-1 after a foul. Hain looking to pitch a scoreless inning with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Another fouled off there, and it's 1-2. So 1 strike away from getting out of this one. And heading to the bottom of the 6th. That one just outside. 4-2, which evens up the count.
Yeah, great location by Hain there. Just trying to see if she can catch Hoekstra swinging on the outside edge.
Here comes the 2-2 fastball. Can't find the corner. And another groan from the crowd here at Carol Hutchins. And the count's full. 3-2, 2 outs. Expect the runner to be moving off second base. And she is. This one popped up. Will it stay in? It does. It's in the infield, and it's caught by Maddie Erickson. And that will end the inning. So a scoreless inning there for Hain. And it's still 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Due up for your Wolverines in the bottom of the 6th. First, you got Maddie Ramey, and then we've got Ella McVeigh, and then the lineup will flip. And up first, replacing Langford, as we saw earlier in the game, is going to be Janelle Alakwa. still no pitching change here from Rutgers.
It'll be Ella Harrison, and she's pitched well. She's earned to stay out there on the circle 3 scoreless innings in a row. 2 walks in the bottom of the 5th, but handled that pretty well and didn't allow anything to come of it. Still no hits since the 2nd inning.
Yeah, and Michigan has 6 runs off of 5 hits, so they certainly cashed in on defensive miscues. But if they can't get something going here in the bottom of the 6th, they have a chance to let Rutgers right back into this game. So looking for some insurance here, make the pressure a little bit easier on whoever's stepping up, most likely Hain next inning for Michigan.
Maddie Ramey steps in to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Harrison deals. She swings on the first pitch. It's driven to center. It'll get down for a base hit and a leadoff single for Maddie Ramey. She swings on the first pitch and it bounces in center field.
Yeah, great aggression, great pull hitting on that first pitch there. Manages to find some grass, put it right in the gap as the center fielder had to work to her left. And good at bat to start off this rally for the Wolverines. First hit, like you said, since the 2nd inning.
So now Ella McVeigh steps in and will try to get some productiveness at the plate after a leadoff single by Ramey. Here comes the first from Harrison. Looks to bunt, but misses it. And that's strike 1. Amy's looking to move there on any contact.
Yeah, that pitch from Harrison came in pretty quick, got underneath the bunt of, McVeigh.
Looks to bunt, but pulls back, and it's a ball low, so the count's evened up at 1. Comes the pitch from Harrison. This one bunted and fouled, and wow.
Yeah, that
Addie Osborne laid out in foul territory. That bunt just barely popped in the air and sprawled out. 100% effort there, but couldn't, just out of the reach of Osborne. But she's been making plays all day out in the field, and great effort there. But
absolutely, and McVeigh's gonna talk to Bonnie real quick. That one was popped a little high. Dangerous bunt for sure, especially with the corners pinched so close to the plate. And see the approach here on the 1-2 if she sticks with the bunt or if she's got the green light to go ahead and swing it.
Here's the 1-2. She slaps hits it. Is it going to get down in fair territory? It does. It gets past the left fielder. It's rolling back towards the wall. Coming home is Ramey. And now coming home is McVeigh. And it's an inside the park home run. She slides it home, pumps her chest, does a celebration. And Michigan leads this one 8-3 in the bottom of the 6th. What a play and what base running there by Ella McVeigh.
Absolutely great piece of hitting. Takes the slap swing away from her body, drops it into left field just over the top of both the third baseman and shortstop. And with the left fielder crashing so hard on a ball right on the line, it manages to squeak past into the corner. And with the speed of McVeigh, easily getting around all 4 bases, sliding in, and truly the insurance that Michigan needed here in the bottom of the 6th.
So now comes Indiana Langford after the bases are cleared from an inside the park home run. There's still no outs in the inning, and she takes ball 1. Crowd got a jolt from that inside the park home run. They all looking like they're having some fun. Langford will take ball 2. Concessions are quite good at Carroll Hutchins Stadium.
I've yet to try.
Gotta try. Good hot dog, except since it is Passover for me, I cannot have that. But maybe next week I'll come back and get a hot dog as Langford fouls that one off for those celebrating the Jewish holiday. Outside of Passover, you can come get a hot dog at Carroll Hutchins Stadium.
Yeah, and hopefully the weather will stay this nice for the rest of the softball season. Keep fans coming out to some great games to view as well.
Langford pulls back on a ball. That pitch was way high and inside. Had to duck away from that one, and it's 3-1. Langford 2 for 3 on the day and has scored both times she's gotten on base. Here comes the 3-1. She swings on this one. It's going to get down in the gap in left center, and that's a single for Indiana Langford. And the Michigan Bats starting to heat up here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-3. And Langford stands on first with no outs, and up comes Janisa Conway.
Yeah, once again, another great piece of slap hitting for the Wolverines, taking the ball away and popping it into the outfield into some shallow grass.
Conway, great hitter, but 0 for 3. But this is her 4th time facing Harrison, and for hitters that are of the talent of Janisa Conway, it's tough to get a batter out 4 times in a row.
Certainly, yeah.
Pick up on some cues.
Out. Yeah, she's a really tough out, and
she swings at this pitch. It's a hard grounder to first, and she'll get tagged down the first baseline. A hard collision there between L.A. Matthews and Janisa Conway. Conway shrugs it off and smiles back to the dugout. But it'll advance Langford to second. And 1 out now on the inning as Lauren Putz steps in. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. She looks at the first pitch inside for ball 1.
Yeah, and
Langford, though, could definitely steal third here on a breaking ball in the dirt and make a sacrifice fly, be able to bring her home. Here comes the 1-0 from Harrison to Putz. A breaking ball in the zone for strike 1. Beautiful pitch there.
yeah, and on that collision at first base, that was between Riley Huang and Langford. But the thing was, there was no one covering first, so she had to make the tag.
Putz lines one into left field for an out. Good piece of hitting, just straight to left field. And excuse me, that was Huang at first. The Scarlet Knights made a defensive change there. But nice catch there by Burtis. As Ella Stevenson steps in the box, 2 outs. Langford at second. But with Langford's speed, any base hit will probably score her. As she grounds this one straight to the shortstop. Throw to first in time for the out. That'll end the inning. So a 2-run inside the Parker from Ella McVeigh finds the Wolverines leading 8-3 here as we head to the top of the 7th and holding back from a miraculous 5-run comeback here in the top of the 7th. It will most likely be the final half inning of the day.
Good thing for Rutgers is that they have the top of their lineup due up. They're going to get at-bats from Jillian Anderson, Riley Huang, and Bailey Briggs to start. And if they can extend any further than that, we'll see. But with Hayne pitching well so far, with 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 1/3 innings pitched on 24 pitches. She's been looking good.
Erin Hayne warming her arm back up as she looks to close this one out. She has done a great job since stepping in for Jarkowski. 1 1/3 innings pitched so far. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, no runs scored on her watch. Langford steps back in at second.
And Anderson 0 for 2 is going to, lefty batter, going to step up into the plate. She's batting .375 now on the season.
0 for 2 with a hit by pitch in her last at-bat. And later scored. She takes the first pitch from Hayne inside for a strike. And it's 0-1 to start off the top half of the 7th. And the second pitch is popped up. And a nice catch there by McVeigh at shortstop. And that's 1 retire, 2 outs away from closing this one out.
Yeah, Anderson timed that one up well, got it right back up the middle, just a little bit underneath on her swing, and easy play for McVeigh.
In-step swing, who takes ball 1 high. She's 0 for 2 today with a walk in her last at-bat. Reached third but was unable to score. Here comes the 1-0 from Hayne. Breaking ball looked at, low for a ball, and it's 2-0. Checks her swing there. They check with the first base umpire who says she didn't go around, so it's 3-0 now.
Yeah.
Hayne will look to find the zone, down 3-0 in the count. 1 out, no one on here in the top of the 7th. Michigan leads 8-3. That pitch finds the zone for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, Huang's already gotten on base once with a walk today, but looking to find that a second time.
She takes another pitch, and that finds the zone as well. So the count's full, 3-2 now. Haynes worked her way back, and a payoff pitch coming. Haynes sets, winds up, delivers. That one swung on, fouled left, and it'll be another 3-2 pitch coming as they look to get the ball back in Haynes' hands.
Yeah, Huang just a little bit early on that one. Obviously given the green light on the full count after taking on both 3-0 and 3-1.
Here's the 3-2. That one looked at, finds the zone, strike 3. A great pitch from Hayne, and now as the sun starts to fall here on a Monday, shadows loom larger, and 1 out away from a Michigan win.
Yeah, top of the lineup really struggled for today for Rutgers. Got 0 for 3 from Anderson, 0 for 3 from Huang, and Briggs is 0 for 3 today as well, now up for her 4th at-bat.
Takes ball 1 and now takes ball 2. So Bailey Briggs up 2-0 on the count. Yet to get on base today, but that's 295 on the year. She looks at that one, and that one just missed the zone, and it's 3-0. So once again, another 3-0 count for Haynes. She was able to work her way back and get a strikeout in the last one. Let's see what she does on the 3-0. And nope, that one below the knees. And a 4-pitch walk. Bailey Briggs gets on base for the first time today. And with 2 outs in the top of the 7th, looking to get a miraculous rally here for the Scarlet Knights, it's Bailey Burtis, who is 2 for 3 today with a single and a double. 2 RBI double as well. Going to keep the bat hot is the freshman, batting cleanup here. 2 outs. She takes ball 1. And now Haynes sets for the second pitch of the at-bat. That one swung on, grounded, and that finds a gap in the infield. It'll get down for a single. And now runners in first and second with 2 outs. So not cause for concern really yet for the Wolverines with 2 outs, only 2 runners on, a 5-run lead here in the final inning of the game. But enough to talk things over on the circle with Haynes. Doesn't look like they're going to ask her for the ball back yet. So she's going to still deal and try and close this game out. But after a walk and then a base hit, there's runners on first and second. But just 1 out away from this one being over.
She's also going to face right-handed batter freshman Stephanie Kraska pinch hitting for this at-bat.
Kraska bats 179 on the year. She looks at the first pitch inside for a strike, and now 2 strikes away is hit. Kraska pops this one up, and that one is going to head up and over the stadium for strike number 2. So 1 strike away from closing this one out. Crowd is clapping, and they can feel a win coming for this Wolverine squad. It's 0-2, 2 outs. That one looked at and can't come up with the catch is Costales. That'll be a pass ball. Costales taps her chest saying that one's on me, and both runners advance to second and third, and the count's 1-2, excuse me. Counts 1-2, so still just 1 strike away here. Crowd moving their feet on the stands. That one swung on and fouled, and staying alive and keeping the game alive is Kraska. Kraska, the freshman, a decorated recruit from New Jersey, home state, stays in New Jersey to go to Rutgers. She started the previous 5 games, but hasn't had a hit in her last 3. Looking to change that here in the top 7 with 2 outs. This one looked at, and a called ball. 2-2, just too high there.
Yeah, Haynes been attacking with fastballs here. Looking to get another one. Catch, Kraska swinging.
Here's the 2-2. That one swung on, fouled, and staying alive once again is Kraska. Not making it easy for Haynes to close this one out. There's runners on second and third. A Let's Go Blue chant arising here in Carol Hutchins Stadium as Haynes is 1 strike away on a 2-2 count from closing this game out and the series out with the series sweep for the Wolverines. Here's the pitch, swung on, up the middle, and it gets through for a base hit. 1 runner scores, and another runner holds up at third, and it's an RBI single for Kraska. That's her 2nd RBI of the year, and just her 11th hit on the year. So the freshman gets it done and keeps the game alive. It's 8-4 now, and the tying run is on deck for the Scarlet Knights.
L.A. Matthews up to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to find a hit, keep something going for the comeback. And looks like we're also going to get a potential pinch runner over at first.
Yep,
for
they'll
the
take
Scarlet Knights.
Kraska out, and instead will pinch run DePew. Typically a pitcher for the Scarlet Knights squad. She pitched yesterday, 2 innings, 2 earned runs, and now will pinch run here at first base.
Yeah, with runners on the corners, we'll see if the Scarlet Knights decide to test Costales' arm with a steal.
So now up comes L.A. Matthews. She's 0 for 3. As Haynes deals a strike 1 on the first pitch. It's 0-1. 2 outs, runners on the corners here in the top of the 7th. It's 8-4 Michigan. Rutgers has gotten 1 run in this inning, trying to make a 2-out rally. as Matthews takes another pitch, and that one's a ball. Looked pretty similar to the first pitch of the at-bat. That was called a strike. Got a groan from the crowd here. Bonnie didn't like the call, but it's 1-1. Haynes steps back into the circle, sets and deals. That one swung on and missed, and now back to 1 strike away for the Wolverines. Aaron Haynes was in this position last AB and gave up a single for an RBI. Now looking to finally close this one. Here's the pitch. That one grounded. Play at second base. Langford throws it. It's in time, and the ball game is over. Michigan wins 8-4. They congratulate each other, give each other some hugs, and
Bonnie Thole will get her 70th win as a Michigan head coach today with that pretty exciting, nice performance by the Wolverines to take the sweep over Rutgers 8-4.
A great day here in Ann Arbor. It was beautiful, great weather, and it tops it all off with a Michigan victory. 8-4 over Rutgers and a series sweep. And it improves Michigan's record to 31-12 on the year and 9-4 in Big Ten play. An outstanding start. And it's actually Bonnie Thole's 100th win on the year, as they bring out flowers and dump an ice bucket on her, as it's win number 100 for Bonnie. It's win number 31 on the year. She entered the year with 69. So win number 100 for head coach Bonnie Thole, an incredible accomplishment. She stepped in place of Carol Hutchins 3 years ago, and in her 3rd season notches her 100th career win. An outstanding softball coach, and all the players have great appreciation for her, and they seem to have a great bond from the outside, and high fives and hugs around for the Michigan team. I'm Ethan Sommers, joined by Max Bianco. We'll close this one out here on a great Monday evening. Michigan wins 8-4 over Rutgers and gets a series sweep. We'll leave you, as we always do, with a good evening and a Go Blue.